the book of Hosea chapter 4 verse 11. Whoredom and wine and new wine take away the heart. Okay, first and foremost, I like to give infinite honors and prayers to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakah HaKadosh. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the icons that's pushing the truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this video be edifying first and foremost to the whole elect, then to those that cleave to the body. And as you can see, these two are gathered together. They're in one, they agreed. All right, the reason why I got a skeleton in the bed here, because, right, I just saw this, this picture. I thought it'd be, just to, I'm not trying to make, be sarcastic or make, be funny in any sort, but there's wine that actually lead to death. All right, which will be, this lesson will be the doctrine of drunkards. All right, because a lot of time our people find ways to go around, the knowledge that the Heavenly Father have bestowed unto them. All right, and they find themselves just, in the ways of death. See? And when you get drunk, you can't comprehend. So a lot of these new doctrines that's coming in the earth, some of the things that John the Baptist wasn't in the truth, and Hebrews is not the book of the Lord, not the book of the Bible, and amongst other things, man. Everybody gonna be saved, amongst the other things, man. That's why I tell you in Proverbs. Let me see. I'll get this real quick. I'm going to read Hosea 4:11 in NLT real quick. It says, to worship other gods, wine has robbed my people of their understanding. Now, okay, there's metaphors of being sober, all right, to watch. Because when you're sober, you can't watch, okay? So what you watch is what you intake, what you process, all right? So watching is the process of intaking, right? So as you downloading what you're seeing, if you can see in the earth, any man with eyes can see. All right, the vintage is failing. The windows are being darkened. Okay, right. War is brewing, and amongst other things. But when you're drunk and you're not sober, then Satan can devour you, man. See, being a prostitution on idolatry, right? Walking not in the ways of your heavenly Father, man. See. But when you wander, which that's what drink do. Drink give you a wandering spirit. All right. This is Proverbs 21:16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. See? He that loveth pleasure is a poor man. He that loveth wine and oil shall not be rich. All right? See? Should not be rich. You can't, like, well, you know what? Let me get this. I'm gonna try to get this. 16. Yeah, because you can't. What you do, you put yourself behind an 8 ball by handicapping yourself, right? Believing things that are, not even ought to believe. All right, listening, having itching ears to those who subvert houses. All right, and have you wandering without. You're supposed to be in your house, not literally, but that one house, that in that body, that one faith, the one baptism, right? See? I'm gonna get this in 21:16. I want to get that word wandering, all right? Because the earth, in the book of Isaiah, the wine languish, wander, to go astray, see the stagger, and intoxication of sin. See? So you intoxicate yourself with sin, and then, once you become drunk, right, What are the effects of being drunk? Just physically drunk. You could get into an accident that kill you, right? You're not focused. You could get robbed, stolen from. You could get misused, all right? Because you can't make decisions. And judges always want to make decisions. That's why I tell you in Proverbs 31, you know how to stay sober to make decisions so you don't be seduced, all right? There's some wine that's poison out here, man. Not literal wine, but we're talking about philosophies here, man, right? The things that we have, we're talking more or less in understanding. Let's get this, right? This Proverbs 31. Ironically, this came from a woman, all right? Verse 3, give not thy strength unto women, nor thy ways that which destroy kings, right? So your strength is what? Your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It says, it's not for kings, O Lemuel, it is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes to drink, to princes for strong drink. So not, right? We're Yashala, we're princes of the power, all right? And we're kings and priests, man. You know, yeah, we don't have the royal robes and the throne to project that. Nevertheless, right, we're the lineage of those people, right? The set thrones of David. So we're coming in the stead of teaching. So how much more our conduct and anastrophe should be, right? It says not to drink wine because kings and princes drink wine, right? So it don't mean that. It says least they drink and forget the law. See? So staying sober is about remembering where your understanding and things lie at, man. Because you can drink and then go to sleep. You haven't forgotten the law, right? And pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted, right? So because the judgment of the elect men have got to be so on point right now, all right? Their perspectives, amongst other things, man, there's a high time in the world. So you got to be as sober as you can be, literally too, you know? Even if you drink much, hey, you know, might want to put that in moderation, so your moderation can be known to all men. Okay? We can't get weary and well doing up until this point because, you know, this is the tail end of the well doing. See? Not as if we gonna transfer over to, you know, a different type of doing, but it'll be established in us. All right, we won't have to look well into our going. See? A prudent man look well to his going. Meaning what? He's using it. He's using his discernment to guide him. All right, but you have to be sober to do that. You see that? You have to be sober. This is Proverbs 23, and this is just a quick impromptu to, you know, be on game in the world, man. That's all. You know, just been on the spirit of just remembering things that we got to do, those small things, all right? This is 23 and 26. It says, my son, give me thine heart and let thine eyes observe my ways. See, wine take away the heart, take away the spirit, take away your judgment, right? Take away your well-being. I'm going to jump to verse 29. Who had woe, which is destruction, problems, right? Trouble in the flesh. Who had sorrow? Who had contentions? Who had babbling? These are questions. Who had wounds without cause? Who had redness of eyes? See? Right? Who's double-hearted in their minds and spirits? Right? It's going to give you, this is the results of one who had the redness of the eyes, which he that drinketh much have the redness of the eyes. And I'm using this as a metaphor, all right? But he that stayed on wine and put himself in positions of, you know, not being hedged in with, you know, the law, the statutes and the commandments, the brotherhood, right? You know, the things that bring the fruits of the spirit, all right? They had redness of eyes. See that? Let's look this word redness of eyes up. See what we got here. See what it says here. Yeah, dullness. In this bad sense. Blearness. See? So who eyes are closed out here, man? Right? Blurred. Oh, blurriness. Okay. Blurriness. Right? Blurriness. Blurred. All right. You know, basically, it kind of goes into wander. Right? See? So, who are blind eye? Who are they with the blind eyes? Right? Blind in their judgment. Let me see. Through gifts. Let me see. Proverbs. Yeah, Sirach 20:29. Presents and gifts blind the eyes of the wise and stop up his mouth that he can't reprove. But the point is, the presents and gift, those are new wine, because it's coming gift wrap. This RFID technology, right? These, these brain chips. All this is new wine. This is a new way of learning, right? And it's not conducive to life. All right, many people are looking, and with Edom dead, right? He he was real strategic in what he did, because he always got our people looking for the next new thing, right? A trend to follow. And what happened was our people got subject under that wine to look for the new thing, and every time he gonna bring something new, the new iPhone, the new this, the new that, the new that. It could be the same thing, but he'll present it as being new, and our people gonna jump on it. Again, that's what takes away the heart. All right, because the heart is not it's not set on Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. Right? The heart is set on the world. So as the world changed, so would they. You see that? Back in Proverbs 23:30, they that tarry long at the wine, they that go to seek mixed wine. See? Trying out new drinks. All right? We got a fermented wine, all right, that's been fermenting for years. Been here since the beginning of time, which is Yahushai, which, he's our the author and director of our spirit. All right, he also the finisher of our spirit as well. And that's the only philosophy we ought to go. There be no whoredom, there be no committing adultery. All right, because when you go to other wines and other philosophies and doctrines, you by default serve other gods. All right, other gods become your idol. See? It says, look not thou upon the wine when it is red, when it give it its color in the cup, when it moveth itself aright. Yeah, loving it, establishing yourself with it, dancing to it, right? 'Cause we have a song. We have a song with wine, all right? That we verily cherish, all right? And that we listen to every day. And we listen to the same song, right? But always can dance off it, right? Because as long as the prophets are piping, right, they're piping the same tunes. There's no new tunes, it's the same tune. We keep dancing off the same song because the beat is the melody of our spirit, man, right? It's the rhythm of our spirit. So when something has a rhythm to it or a certain vibe, you by default start what? Vibing to it because it resonates with your spirit. So that's what this wine have did for us, man. All right. And again, it's not wine I'm talking about. It's a metaphor. Okay. Wine can be likened unto philosophies, man. Okay. In the scriptures, it says, at the last, it bited like a serpent and stinged like an adder. See? Thine eyes shall behold strange women, and thine heart shall utter perverse things. See, so when you go on horn, that's what begins to happen. All right, let's get these. Get ready to get out of here. Okay, this is yep, Luke 5:37. It says, and no man putteth new wine into old bottles, else the new wine will burst the bottles and be spilled, and the bottle shall perish. That's why I say, look at the old ways, all right, of our forefathers, and walk ye in it, you know. But new wine must be put into new bottles, and both are preserved. See? No man also having drunk old wine straightway desire it new. For he said the old is better. There you go. See? So the old way that the Heavenly Father have set for us, of old that he have told us from the beginning, right? That's the way. Right? That's the right way to walk. See? And you'll be led of it. You know, if you're drinking the right wine, trust me. Trust me, you'll be, your direction, you won't be staggering. I'll tell you that. And then you'll enjoy the wine, because wine is good as life if it be drunk moderately. And even when you look at that from a spiritual perspective, all right, moderation, you know something? They don't mean like drunken a little, all right? It makes you temperate, right? All right? Moderation is a controlling guidance government. See? Temperance. See? You take appropriate measures, truly, right? When you look at that for face value, all right? But, when you let your moderation be known unto all men, as Paul said, let's see, in Philippians 4:5, it says, let your moderation be known unto all men, that the Lord is at hand. Now let's look at this word moderation. See? Fair, gentle, appropriate, mild, right? So things is done in that sense. It's another one for it. Let me get it. Yep. To be like the Most High. Because to be like Yahweh Shai, to walk after Yahweh Shai. All right? Meek. So all those things are the things of the Spirit, chiefly. All right, let me get this and get out of here. This Lamentations 2. No, that's pretty much it. Let me see. We got anything else? Oh yeah, the Hosea. I meant to say, my bad. Hosea. Nine. Kind of went long on this. I didn't expect to. And 1, it says, rejoice not, O Israel, for joy as other people. For thou hast gone a horn from thy power, thou hast loved the reward upon every corn floor. The floor and the winepress shall not feed them, and the new wine shall fail in her. Yeah, see, the vintage is failing, man. All right. And we know the things that our people took joy in, the yielding of the wine, right? Here, to denote, the old style or the motto or the way, all right? That's, this new way is failing, man, right? It's just failing. There's no fruit of this old way, see? The old way have failed, and our people want the new thing, man. See, the new wine shall fail in her, right? I'm going to jump to verse 4. They shall not offer wine offerings to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, neither shall they be pleasing unto him. Their sacrifice shall be unto them as bread of mourners. All that eat thereof shall be polluted for their bread, for their soul shall not come into the house of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But that was the point, though, right? The new wine is going to fail, all right? Because, again, doctrine of drunkards, all right, will actually, intoxicate you, and then you'll end up getting, you'll do something that'll, basically what? The Lord will require your life, man, because you took upon debt, all right, and you didn't use the shield or the sword of protection, man, to keep you from it. So I don't want to write this out. Was that a fine message? Next time I say shalom.